welcome to Forage Drops. This is Lilia. I'm the Forage. Today I'll be talking about overseeding or overseeding perennial grass fields with cool season forages. So let's get started. So when we are thinking about overseeding perennial grass stands with other forages, we're going to be using just to balance out the forage distribution, and also we can be working towards the quality. So generally we would be thinking about overseeding perennial fields of Bermuda grass, grass, because we need to be finding strategies that work into our forage systems um, to rely on providing forages for the animals. And having some areas that the animals can be grazing will be helping out with decreasing the amount of conserved forage that we would need to be having either through stockpiled forages or with hay or baleage that we would need to be providing the animals through the cooler months of the year. So generally, as the main objectives that we have when we're overseeding, we would like to be extending the forage production and also the quality. And these annual forages that we would be planting during the cool season, we can have a higher grazing efficiency, and generally they have a good to high quality as well, and they help out with coverage of the area and also be working towards inputting some organic matter into the system, and also work on the soil fertility as well. Something that's really important is to match the farms, the producers' needs to what they can afford, but also quality that they are looking at when we're choosing the species and how much we're going to have for the animals to graze as well. So something important to emphasize is that when we're overseeding perennial grass fields, we're not going to be impacted their ability to come back year after year. But we do need to be working properly on those fields so we can achieve good production as well. So first things first, we need to soil test and get a report before we plant the area, because we need to know what is and what nutrient levels we have currently in the soil. Then we need to identify either a species or a mixture of species that we would like to plant, and that we have varieties that are adapted to that region. Securing seeds at proper time, it's important. And then it's also important to assess what weeds we have on that given area, and if we are going to need to control them, and what are the options if we do have to control them, that's not going to impact the forages we're going to be establishing later. So in terms of preparing the area, because we're going to be interseeding those cool season forages into perennial grass stands, we need to remove the excessive vegetative growth, either by grazing or mowing that Bermuda grass or that Bahia grass stand to 2 inches. And this is going to help with optimizing the seed soil contact. We are going to be using a no-till drill because we're not going to be preparing the area. And then we do need to make sure that the planting window will be adequate. We are going to only be able to plant the cool season forage towards October in our general area, just because that's going to be the time that Bahia grass and Vermont are going to start to slow down its growth and go into dormance. We have several options of clovers, small grains, and ryegrass that you can use to plant. And this is the point that you really need to make sure that you're going to be matching the forages that you choose to the needs that you have and the soil fertility and pH that you currently have on your soil, so you can get the most of the plants you're using. And we can work towards using a mixture of forages so we can have the grazing season extended to April or May of the following year. And in general, because we're going to be looking at planting around early October, we're probably going to be grazing those fields towards mid-December to late December in our general area. And we can rely on these cool season forages to have a good to high quality, depending on the input and the nutrient management and the inputs that you're going to be using. With this, I conclude what I had for today. So this is just a general summary. You can take a look here and check out the points to just make sure that you are going to be securing the seeds properly, planning ahead to take your soil sample, and choosing adapted varieties to the that you're located at. But if you have any questions, please reach out to us at the Clemson Extension. We are going to be glad to help you. My email is here on the screen. Please feel free to reach out with questions that you may have. And I appreciate you watching this video today. Thank you so much. Catch up with the other videos on the Forage page, Forage Drops page. And until the next one.